This week on Battle of Wits, Brad MacDonald, Chris Sandiford, Abby Stonehouse, and your host, Elspeth Wright. Hello and welcome to Battle of Wits, number 12. Oh my goodness, what a wonderful lineup we have for you today. Joining us from Toronto, we have Chris Sandiford. Hello, Chris.
Hello. I made a great life for myself and I love living in. That's a Housewife of New York quote.
Very nice.
I think that's Kelly.
And coming in from Lower Sackville, Nova Scotia, we have Brad MacDonald. Hello. Brad. Do you have any housewife quotes for us, or?
Well, like I can't compete with that. Like right now, I'm like quarantined in my parents' basement, but I'm doing okay.
Your beard is good.
Thank you.
And from Montreal, we have returning contestant, wonderful person, Abby Stonehouse. Hello, Abby.
Hello. This is my third time.
Yeah,
I'm
baby.
so honored.
Maybe you'll win this time.
Whoa! I was wondering why she only said former contestant.
She hasn't had the best luck, so.
No. I buckle under the pressure. It's a lot of pressure, guys. So
Okay.
Very intense. Let's get this intense game started with the warm-up round. In this round, I will ask you interesting questions, and you will give me your best answer. I kind of have a bit of a theme this week, and the theme is very loosely astronauts and space.
Oh my God. I hope you guys like losing.
Oh, I love that confidence. Question number 1. On April 16th, 2008, NASA astronaut Garrett Reisman became the first person to do this in space. Chris, since you are so confident, what is your guess?
Well, I mean, yeah, that's one of the lesser known astronauts, but I do know what he did. He was able to, I think he pirated a movie up in space, and he's the first one to do it. So I think the movie was called The Right Stuff, which is funny. It's about astronauts.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad, what did Garrett Reisman do in space?
Well, I like to think of like what movie he did bring. So I would throw out another movie. Cool Runnings, great movie.
Very nice.
That's what he did.
You'd watch Cool Runnings in space?
Yeah, awesome. Anywhere.
Okay, Abby, it doesn't have to be a movie. What do you think this man was the first person to do in space?
I'm not going to go with the movie, although terrific guesses. But I know that this astronaut, what he did was he peeled a banana for the first time in space. Usually they eat disgusting dehydrated food, but they were able to transport fresh produce, and he peeled a banana for the first time in space.
Okay, all very good answers.
But there can only be one.
There can only be one, you know. It's like America's Next Top Model. Abby, I'm gonna give that one to you because it was what he did have to do with like using your hands. I don't know. Brad and Chris's answers were similar. Yeah. So Abby, good job. You get the point. You are all incorrect. He threw the first pitch of a Yankees game from space.
Yes.
So you know how they do like the ceremonial first pitch?
What?
He did that.
He's got to have one hell of an arm. This International Space Station, something like 300 miles up.
You
Wow.
could say his pitch is out of this world.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back with more show.
So, like he just threw the ball in the spaceship?
Yeah,
Like
he had a little bit of dirt from the pitcher's mound at Yankee Stadium. He brought it up to space with him, and then he threw the ceremonial first pitch
wow.
from the International
Okay.
Space Station.
Insane.
That's cute.
That is cute. I mean, that is cute. That's all I'll say. Very cute.
I mean, is it as good as like torrenting a movie? Who knows? Who's to
I'm
say?
just saying, all I'm saying is this guy's probably got 2 PhDs and all he thought to do was bring up some dirt.
Yeah.
You're not gonna throw it outside? Like, you're not gonna throw the ball outside? Come on.
Come on. Okay. Our next question, funny that you bring up movies, because our next question is actually about a movie.
Jeez. This guy.
Yeah.
This guy, you know, just seems like he's been having a good day.
Yeah. Maybe. So this guy is from a 1997 movie that was set in space. Abby, what was the movie called and what was the premise?
Oh my gosh. This movie was called Spaceheads, and the premise was this man was born with this abnormality, and he procreates, and then he has a whole family with this abnormality, and then they, you know, decide to move to Mars and, you know, populate that planet looking like this.
Okay.
So yes, Spaceheads, definitely recommend.
Abby, after 4 months in quarantine, could he get it?
100% get it. 100% get it.
Okay, Brad, could you tell me what is
Yeah.
the name of this movie and what is it about?
It's called The Elephant Man's Brother Kev Goes to Space. And I want to have some qualifiers. We're all trying our best, you know. Kev, he's got some skin issues, but you know, everyone has something.
Yeah.
And so that's why he goes to space, to sort of spread that word, like, hey, we're all dealing with certain things. Like, some of us look like we walked into a hot pan. So he's spreading that word.
Very good. Chris, what's the name of this movie and what's the premise?
I happen to know very good guesses all to, and let me just thank you very much for impaneling this great comedy troupe. Everyone here is just a great comedy mind, and I do indeed thank you, the honorable chairwoman, for giving me this time to flex that particular muscle of mine. Of course, I love movies, and this is none other than Eddie Murphy's The Adventures of Pluto Nash. And this is just one of the crazy characters that we meet in Pluto Nash. You know, there's sitting next to this guy in the scene is a guy with a head that's like a cube, you know. So it's just a real funny juxtaposition. And of course, Pluto Nash, you know, very irreverent. Eddie Murphy's just going around making jokes about people, you know, talking about how this guy is just a bit of bad baloney, you know, with a brain inside. And, you know, it's just fun. Just a fun movie all around, Pluto Nash. So thanks, guys, for trying.
Yeah. I mean, all very good answers. And Chris, flattery will get you everywhere. I'm going to give the point to Brad, though, just because the thing that makes this man's head flat is very sort of similar to what he described. So this is actually a scene from Leprechaun 4.
Oh, my Lord in heaven.
Oh,
One small step for man, one giant leap of terror.
You know what? Leprechaun 5, though, right? When they go to the bottom of the sea. How about that one?
I mean, they're all just...
yeah.
And
Yeah.
So-
leprechauns can't swim, so it's a sad ending.
True.
Very sad, yeah, surprisingly.
So the premise of this movie, which got 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, which honestly, having watched a scene from it where that guy's face gets smashed by a pan, that seems high. So in this movie, Leprechaun sets off to steal gold from a mining planet and marry the girl of his dreams, who he has, of course, kidnapped. She is rescued, and things get gory. So,
Wow. Is
That
the
is-
guy that gets his smash face the leprechaun?
Oh my, no.
no, he's a,
That's character.
yeah, he's a character. He's one of the scientists on
What a
board.
character.
Yeah.
Okay.
What a character.
I'm downloading it right now.
Yeah. Are you downloading it from space?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Space.com.
Okay, we have 2 more questions.
I
in the-
prefer myspace.com. Oh.
2 more questions in the warm-up round. Question number 3 is the crew of Apollo 11, so Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins, who's really the Ringo of the group, if we're being honest, couldn't get life insurance for obvious reasons. So instead, before they went into space, they did this just in case things went awry. Chris, what did they do?
Yeah, I really wish you just asked me the names of those astronauts. 'Cause no one knows Michael Collins, but I do. And so anyway, what did they do? You know what they did? This is 1969. What they did is they recorded, well wishes for their young children on, I believe, a Bolex or Bell and Howell camera on Super 16, which was the style at the time. To be like, look, we're going to the moon legally. We're scientists, we're explorers. We very well may die, or if we come back, we're going to bring some kind of horrible moon contagion, which was a concern. So yeah, they sat down and recorded. Neil, for instance, was like, "Hey, to my kid, I went to the moon, or at least I tried, and now I'm dead." So that's what they did.
All right, very good. Brad, what did they do?
I think just like, well, they're afraid of dying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they just work on fitness, calisthenics, aerobics, breathing exercises, taking care of yourself.
Could you-
even in general. I mean, you're going to space as well. Have a shower. I don't do something good for yourself.
Could you show us some space calisthenics from where you're sitting?
A lot of this, and sometimes you reach out towards the stars.
That's correct.
That's very good. Abby, what did the crew of the Apollo 11 do in lieu of life insurance?
Okay, so what they did is that they pooled their money and they bought, the amusement rides, the spaceship that turns around and round and round. So they invested and they bought one of those. So if they died, their family can rent it out for the rest of their lives. That's just infinite amount of money. So that's what they did.
Oh, dang. These are all very good answers. I feel like Chris is kind of the closest. I'm going to give it to Chris.
I'll take a kinda.
So
After that,
what they actually did, so you said they recorded videos. They didn't do that, but they did sign a lot of pictures of themselves. They autographed a lot of
Oh.
pictures.
well, yeah, moving pictures.
Exactly. And, just sort of, yeah. So they signed a lot of pictures of themselves. And then on the day of the launch, they had their friends take it and get it postmarked so that it would have the date, the date of the flight on it with their signatures on it. And then they knew that okay, if we die, these will sell for a lot of money. And luckily they didn't die, but those do still sell for a lot of money. They have sold for up to 41,000 Canadian dollars. So,
Oh wow.
Nice.
That's like $50 American.
yeah. Abby, what is this?
These are, if space related, I guess. these are rocks that you can get from the moon, but they also can be used as bath bombs.
Oh,
Yes.
very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, what is this?
Well, okay, so as far as I can tell, I mean, this is a really high quality picture. I mean, I can tell I'm really good at like spectral analysis of this sort. What would help is having like a little bit of a size indicator. I don't know if I'm looking at like 1 micron across. If that's the case, we're looking at lunar regolith, which is what blankets most of the lunar surface, at least in the Maria, not so much in the lowlands and the really high land. So I don't know if this is lunar regolith or, in fact, this just might be table salt at NASA. This might be NASA table salt. So it's really hard. I think I might double down and say this is just NASA table salt. I mean, that Gene Kranz, the director, you know, back in 1969 through 1970 something, you know, he really was a big salt guy, kept a lot of it around. Salt shaker in his pocket. So Salty Krantz, they used to call him.
Sorry. Brad, try and top that answer.
Sure. So, I'm also thinking food. Like this looks to me like, you know, Aero bars, like the inside of an Aero bar. But they brought a lot of the inside stuff to make Aero bars. And they forgot the chocolate. There's no chocolate to go around the Aero bar. So it's like, Buzz, you forgot something.
Buzz is always forgetting his chocolates. Just
Yeah.
Brad, this looks like an Aero bar to you?
This looks like
Like, I know I'm a fat person, but like, this does not look like an
I didn't know we were allowed to just immediately criticize other people's answers like this, but yeah. It looks like pieces of the Aero bar, like all scattered around. It's disorganized in space.
Okay.
okay. Chris gets that one. And it was a bit of a trick question. It's astronaut ice cream.
Okay.
Oh,
Astronaut
Gotcha.
ice cream. I zoomed in and I made it black and white to
Gotcha. That's
for
Neapolitan.
the devilment. Yes. So
Gotcha.
astronaut ice cream was never actually taken to space. There was some sort of like confusion with like a press release when Apollo 7 went up, and everyone thought that the astronauts had ice cream. They did have butterscotch pudding, but they all hated it. They all like were just like very like savory guys. So astronaut ice cream exactly has never been to space, and now astronauts just take regular ice cream to space.
Oh. I mean,
for
good.
them.
Good for them.
It all
Yeah.
worked out for the best. Although I'm looking at the mint chocolate chip, and it doesn't look good.
no.
I think that might be
No.
pistachio, no? Oh,
No,
it says mint. It says mint. Never mind. I withdrawn.
It looks like something that fell off the face of Elephant Man's brother.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just
Poor family.
so, like, just looking at it makes me need like a lot of water. Like it's just
Yeah.
very dry
Mhm.
and not delicious. So at the end of that round, Chris, you are in the lead with 2 points.
Okay, great. What did I tell you?
And Abby and Brad, you are close behind with 1 point each as we go into round 2. Now it is time for the what does it mean round. In this
Yes.
round, I will read to you and definitely mispronounce some interesting words, and you will tell me what they mean. Chris, because you are in first place and you are also at the top of my screen, you will go first.
Very good.
So this word is DEIPNOSOPHIST. DEIPNOSOPHIST. Chris, what does
Yeah.
DEIPNOSOPHIST mean?
Well, first of all, it's pronounced DEIPNOSOPHIST, and this is a person who, you know how like there's like, how do I say this? Government like maintained properties.
Mhm.
Like they can't spend legally, like they can't spend too much on like beautifying parks and stuff. So literally there's a guy that counts like blades of grass and like flowers and things. And that's a DEIPNOSOPHIST. It's a really specific thing. because, you know, what if you get a blade of grass that looks like it's touching another one? That's a very specific, DEIPNOSOPHIST, man. I knew a guy that, you know, went to school for that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Brad, what is a DEIPNOSOPHIST?
DEIPNOSOPHIST, it's, we all know that there's certain doctors just for the inner nostrils. But if you have a nose problem, they're like, we can only go so far in there. You're going to have to call a DEIPNOSOPHIST to get further into the canals, to go real deep.
Very good. Very good. Abby?
You guys are close. Like, it is like a specialist of some sorts. But I really like this person actually specializes in, because we're going with the theme of astronauts, you guys should have kind of went into that direction. This guy specializes in a certain type of Mars stone or rock. That's what this person is.
Very good. Those are all very good answers. I like the energy Abby brought. Came back fighting. I'm going to give that one to Abby. So it is actually a person who is skilled at dinner table conversation.
Whoa. See, I was getting to that. When you count a lot of plants, you know, you got a lot to talk about at the end of the day.
Oh, yeah. Talk about all the crazy blades of grass you've seen.
And all the bees you had to fend off.
So many bees. All right. Our next word is peely-wally. Peely-wally. Brad, what does peely-wally mean?
It's a banana that peels itself. When you see it happen, it is majestic.
Yeah.
And people will race to yell out its likable and jovial name, and you'll hear people yell, "Oh, we got a peely-wally here!" And then it's like watching an eclipse. We just watch and we wait, and we let it gravity take over, like they do in space.
Very good. Abby, what is a peely-wally?
It's close, Brad, close. But it actually is someone that is fair-skinned, and if they're very sensitive to the sun. So when they're in the sun for a long period of time, they burn and then they peel. That's a peely-wally.
All right, very good. Chris, what is a peely-wally?
I'm so glad to finally have one that I can answer. A peely-wally is just, if you live in the UK or Australia, this is what they call unicycles. So, you know, I'll use it, you know, the bloke on the peely-wally when he hit that lorry. The lorry's at the end of the street with a peely-wally coming out the back of it. Put the kettle on, I'm going to ride my peely-wally down to this market. So, yeah, peely-wally. Very fun word.
Oh my goodness. Those are all very good, but Abby was actually correct.
What?
Did you know that word?
Whoa.
Holy shit.
It's actually somebody who is pale and sickly in appearance.
Get out of here. Wow.
Yes. So,
that's a
I love
peely-wally.
all of those answers, but Abby is actually...
My years of peeling in the sun
A peely-wally. That's
A
definitely
peely-wally.
British.
Yeah, it's a Scottish slang,
Oh,
if
yeah?
I remember correctly.
Gotcha. Peely-wally. Peely-wally lass. That lass is a bit peely-wally.
Our last question, or our last, what does it mean word? SOCKDOLAGER. SOCKDOLAGER. Abby?
Okay,
SOCKDOLAGER?
so this is gonna sound gross, but it's actually a delicacy in the UK. This is when you make a lager out of socks. You just stew it for a while. I'm not saying dirty socks, just socks. And then, you know, it becomes alcohol, and then, you know, they drink it.
All right. Chris, what is SOCKDOLAGER?
This is such a fun one because it has so many synonyms. A SOCKDOLAGER is just like a dirigible. It's like a gonfray airship. A SOCKDOLAGER, you know, this is a very kind of, it's like a Zeppelin, right? It's like did I say dirigible? It's like a blimp. You know, so many, you know what I mean? This is what, so this is a fun fact, but it gets its name from the fact that the pilots only wore socks. And that's how you kind of like interacted with the mechanics inside the dirige of the airship, you know? So, yeah.
Fantastic. Brad, what is a sockdolager?
Well, there's a small town in Sweden, Sockdal, and the people who've been there for a long time are called the SOCKDOLAGERs, and they're all very old.
That was very good. Chris, I really liked your answer. And I love when you bring fake facts to me. Very good.
I mean, these
I
are
love
real
it
facts.
too. I love it too, Chris.
So it's either a heavy blow, or it can also mean an exceptional person or thing.
Oh,
So, you know.
like a dirigible or an airship.
Exactly. Exactly. At the end of that round, Abby and Chris are tied with 3 points apiece. And Brad, I believe in you, bud. Got 1 point.
I need your pity. I do need it. Dying over here.
Make no mistake. We
Well,
know you need
now-
that pity.
It's all out of my hands because the points are based on skill and ability from here on out.
Oh
As we
no.
go into round 3 with 2 truths and 1 lie. In this round, you will each tell us 3 stories. 2 of them are true, 1 is a lie. We will ask you questions to figure out which story is the lie. Abby,
Okay.
because you've done the show before.
So I'm going to tell you all true things. 3 truths. The first one is during quarantine, I spent $250 on a vibrator. My second truth is that I had a sister that passed away. I don't mean to get sad about it, but
That was a real
no. And my third truth is that I grew up with a childhood horse named Frederick.
Okay. All right, I will open the floor to questioning. Chris, you look curious. Would you like to ask Abby the first question?
Abby, my constituents want to know what type of horse Frederick was.
It was sort of like a mutt of a thing. Like, it was between a pony and a horse, so it wasn't like a full-size horse, and it wasn't like a small pony. It was very cheap. My father found it from a farmer in the back of a barn, and also wasn't very nice. So yeah.
Okay, interesting. I cede my time.
Okay.
And then
Thank you for your professionalism. Brad, what is your first question?
Sorry. What was something mean that the horse did?
It kicked me a couple times, and it also bit my sister like in the face.
And then she looked flat faced like the guy from Leprechaun. I've seen pictures. So.
Not so much, but did really, really like to attack people. Was not a fan of people.
Chris, do you have another question?
I've got my aide would just like to hear the truths again. She'd like to hear, you want to hear? You listen, I want to hear all the truths again.
They were all truths.
Yes, that's right. That's correct.
$250 vibrator that I bought during quarantine.
Right.
The second one, don't know why I chose this one to reveal on a show, is that I had a sister that died. And then my third truth is that I grew up with a childhood horse named Frederick.
Okay, so now can I ask a question?
Yes.
This is tough. You said that the horse bit your sister. This is before she died, or was it a different sister?
It was a different sister.
Okay. I see
I
that
like how you tried to. It was like a backwards way of asking.
time. I'm like, which is the lie? Where are we going?
Brad, would you like to ask another question?
I want to be very, very polite about this. What happened to the old vibrator? I don't know. I really wonder. Like, I don't know. Do women just keep adding them? Do you have to get a new one?
Girls just keep adding them. It's like, adding variety. At least for me, I like the old ones still exist. This was just special.
Chris.
Yes. I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Final
Thanks.
question. Okay, yeah. Go ahead. As long as Brad, do you have any further questions?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. No more questions. Chris, what is your guess?
I think I'm not going to give away my strategy when I play this game, but I think I see it. I think, don't bullshit a bullshitter. That's how it goes, right? Sorry, Papa, I know you watch the show. So I'm going to say vibrator's real, dead sister's real, horse fake.
Okay. Brad, what is your guess?
It's the same. I think the horse is fake.
Okay. Abby, what is the lie?
Right.
Oh, no! The horse's name was Toby.
The horse was real, but yes, wrong name. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's how nuanced we can get?
Yeah.
Oh, wild. Okay.
Yeah, normally I frown on that, but Abby is subbing in last minute. And also, she told me about this horse when we went to Toronto together back in January. And I have thought about it every day since then because it's my favorite thing.
Oh, I'm glad someone else is traumatized by this fucking pony besides me. So yeah.
I want you to do a one-woman show about Toby, but there's no time for it now.
Toby.
He was like, your dad got him for like $100 or something?
Oh, yes.
Which is I just feel like you shouldn't get a horse for that much. Like, that's just...
No, and Toby proved that. Should not have lived. Yes.
Okay. Chris, could you please tell us your 2 truths and 1 lie?
Okay, I'm just trying to come up with my 3rd truth here. I think I have I have some lovely truths that I'd love to share with you guys here tonight. Okay. How about try this one on for size? Okay. Here are my truths. And I'm not proud of them, but I have to. I'm not proud of them. Should I say? I'm like wondering if I should say this one even. Okay. Okay. So here are a few truths I'm not proud of. I had a recent girlfriend. I wet her bed. I peed a girlfriend's bed. Let's see. That's truth number 1.
Heavy silence right there after that one.
Truth number 2. I once drove from Montreal to Toronto without a license. At the time I did not have a license. Was not licensed. And the 3rd thing is I met Joe Biden.
Very good. Interesting. Okay. Abby, you may ask the first question.
So many questions.
Mm-hmm.
When did you meet Joe Biden and why?
So my sketch partner, Dan, Karen, and myself did the Philly Sketch Fest. And our hostel that we stayed at was right across the street from a museum that was opening. And there was like a lot of activity, a lot of hubbub. And we were like, what's going on? We saw like big like SUVs with like the little, tinted window, the whole kind of bit. We thought maybe the governor was in town. We went, Joe Biden gave the keynote and he posed for pictures afterward.
Very good.
So we met. And and you asked when? This was 2000, I was about to move here. So this is 2017.
Brad?
So how did the other person react to the pee?
She was very gracious. She, throughout the relationship, this is when I was living in Montreal, throughout the relationship, I refused to have a bath with her, and that was like a goal of hers. And she used the occasion to make me have a bath with her.
But
and
you had
then,
pee on you.
whatever. We did a lot of stuff, so
It's
it
like a
didn't
second
matter.
bath.
We did a lot of stuff, and so it didn't matter. She was I still hang out. That's a lie. That part's the lie. I don't hang out with her. She lives in Vancouver now. But if I do go to Vancouver, we're still very good friends to this day.
Like, were you like sick, or like had you been drinking, or like?
Thank you for asking. I love to tell people why. No, we got I love that word, folklorically drunk.
Oh, okay.
I remember we went to a party in Hochelaga, Maisonneuve. I forget who threw it truly because I was drunk. This is years ago now, but it is something that I, like to face up to. And I like to let people know it's fun. Like, that's the last time I remember in my adult life wetting a bed. Like, I got so drunk that I do remember flashes of me like trying to fight people, which I'm not a pugnacious guy. I also remember going to McDonald's and trying to eat a cheeseburger in the wrapper.
Okay. Abby, what is your next question for Chris?
Okay. Can you elaborate on why you drove from Toronto to Montreal without a license?
It was a really bad decision. I used to have a license, and I was a very good driver, and it expired in 2007. So I was not legally allowed to drive. I had driven, I was a good driver. I was doing shows. I lived here at the time in Toronto, but I just moved away from Montreal. And I was doing shows in Montreal, plus I believe it was Comic-Con. So I was kind of in the mix, kind of doing, I think it was BattleCom, other things, doing shows. And a comic who was headlining at the Works at the time said to me, hey, look, if you can find someone to drive, I didn't even have plans on how to get back. And she posted, hey, anyone in Montreal want to drive my car? And I didn't even suggest myself. I suggested others who then couldn't make it. And she said, well, look, I have a camping trip in the morning, and I don't want to be tired for it. So if you understand the weekend, when you do the weekend at comedy, Works, or any club, your last show, I think, ends at like midnight 30, and we hit the road. And those were the circumstances surrounding. She was fine with it. She was just like, you know what? I trust you somehow. But we also were good friends.
Okay.
Very stupid.
All right. Brad, do you have any further questions?
I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
Abby, do you have any questions, or would you like to guess?
I think, yes, I'll guess.
All right. What is your guess, Abby?
I think that this is really hard. I think
are all great truths, I know. And if police are watching, please go easy.
I just feel the truthfulness in all of them. That's
think the key.
Yes, yeah. I think the Joe Biden one is a lie.
Okay. Brad, what do you think?
I'm going to say the license is a lie.
The license? All right. Chris, what is the lie?
Abby is correct. I never really met Joe Biden.
Oh.
He was there, he gave a speech, but he never posed for pictures afterwards. And I like to say that I met him, even though, no, we did not meet him. We saw him from afar.
Very good.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point to Abby and 1 point to Chris. Brad,
It's over.
it is your turn. You can still do it, buddy. You can still do it. If you fool both of them, you get 2 points.
I'm really upset that no one thought that it was possible that I didn't pee my lover's bed. Everyone just believed that. Okay, well.
I've had someone pee in my apartment before.
Oh, yeah. It was me. I'm really
Just sneaking in.
I used the toilet. You just said I peed in your apartment.
Yeah, I peed in your apartment on Sunday. What are you
Well, I
talking
mean,
about?
like, actually, peed in my apartment that wasn't the toilet. It was just... How to elaborate? I'll use that for the next battle.
There you go.
Right? Okay.
Close to the vest.
Brad, please tell
Okay.
us.
I wrote these down because I'm very professional. So I once had a growth on my back, and I didn't know what it was. It was like a cyst, and I didn't have a doctor at the time, so I went to a walk-in clinic, and the guy was like, "Okay, let me just check the pressure of this," and he was pushing on it, and I was like, "It's very tender," and he was pushing on it, and it exploded onto him. It was like a bloody cyst.
Oh.
And he went, oh my God. And I started apologizing. And then he started apologizing. And then he was just still had blood on him. And we were both just kind of apologizing to each other.
Mm.
So there's one.
Sounds like the last time I hooked up with someone.
That's the lie.
Okay, number 2, I was once pulled over by 2 Dutch cops in Amsterdam. And they asked me if I'd ever ridden a bike before. And number 3, in high school, I once was in an iced tea chugging contest, and I won it by pouring the iced tea over my head.
Okay.
And then for the rest of the year, people called me Lipton.
James Lipton from Pace University, inside the actor's studio.
Exactly.
Really good nickname. That's a fine nickname.
And he makes great tea.
Oh, those are all very good. I feel like I already have my guess. Chris, what is your first question?
What were the circumstances surrounding your being in Holland, Mr. MacDonald?
I was visiting my sister, who worked at University of Amsterdam. So that's what I was doing there.
Okay. Abby?
Okay. This iced tea competition.
Go
why,
on.
Pardon?
That's all right.
Why was it a drinking competition? Like, why did you win by throwing it on your head? Like,
Yeah,
it was at a high school dance, so people were very, very drunk. And then the iced tea company had set this up thinking this would be like a fun thing. But what they got were like kids furiously just doing strange things with iced tea.
Mm.
okay.
Okay. Okay. Chris?
Thank you. Yes, I take my time here. You said you were, okay, how many people were participating? It was a school dance. And this is in, I only have one question, right? I can only do one here?
Yeah.
Yeah. The rules
Okay.
are loosey-goosey.
I'll go back to the Amsterdam stuff. What degree does your sister hold currently?
She is, it looks like you're writing this down. You're really taking this seriously. I am
Just answer the
nervous
question.
right now, and I don't know why. So take it easy. Just hold on. She has a PhD in literature.
Just like yourself. I know that's a second question.
I can't answer that.
Objection sustained.
Okay.
Abby?
Okay, the cyst on your back, has it fully healed? What was the healing process with that?
Horrible.
Okay.
Did you have to rub lotions and ointments on it, or
There's some ointments and lotions. I mean, it's still, there's a scar
could you
there.
reach it?
It's like right there.
Okay. Chris?
Can you define the word cyst, Mr. MacDonald?
Something I don't want on my body.
Madam Chairman, can you direct him to answer the question?
Pussy,
please,
bloody
please.
growth.
Okay, pussy, bloody growth.
You're peeing in the bed. I'm getting gross on my back. We're doing great. Just great.
I want the record to show that I don't pee in all beds. Thank you, Madam
It was
Chairman.
a one-time, please.
Madam Chair.
Let the record show. She's
record show.
taking notes. It's
Madam Chairwoman. Okay.
okay. Any further questions for this?
Abby, I cede to you, but I'm gonna take one more question if you.
Okay, Abby.
Just in case you don't.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So
I have a question, but I will let our guest, Mr. Sandiford, ask his question first,
Okay, very good.
because it might be the same question. So please.
Okay, gotcha. It was Lipton Brisk iced tea in a tin.
It was in like it was in like a large sort of can type iced tea module.
Nothing further. Thank you.
Okay. When you were pulled over in Amsterdam and they asked if you had ridden a bicycle before, was this because you were driving erratically and maybe under the influence of cannabis?
No, actually.
Okay.
It was because the bike was made for like a Dutch man, and I am like a Canadian boy. So it was way too big, and I can't really ride. I hadn't ridden a bike in years, and I was trying my best, but the handlebars were very far out, and I was stumbling and Fred Flintstoning my way through the streets.
Very good. And yes, Madeline is telling me that actually the people in the Netherlands are statistically the tallest people in the world. So
yeah,
that does make sense. Okay.
I'd like
I
to
will
see
bring
that
this
documentation if you don't mind. Fax that to my office.
Yes, here.
I love these deliberative bodies.
Okay. Yes. So the floor is closed for questioning. Chris, what is your guess?
Lipton iced tea's fake.
Okay.
Fake news.
Abby.
I'm definitely gonna go with the iced tea is a lie too.
Okay. Brad, Mr. MacDonald, if you will please tell us what
so
is the lie.
the cyst is the lie.
Good job, Brad. You got 2 points.
Woo! That puts
And
him.
some self-respect.
Oh my God! Is it a 3-way tie now?
You are in the lead by 1 point.
Brad?
Chris, you are in the lead by 1 point.
I don't know how that happened. Okay.
So at the end of that round, Abby has 4 points. Brad has 4 points. And Chris has 5 points.
Oh, wow.
Well done.
Nice day. It's a good day.
Very good day. And a very good time.
Very good day.
To move into our penultimate round.
It's my favorite.
Now it is time for the how much round. In this round, I will show you interesting things I found for sale on the internet. I will tell you a little bit about them. And you, fine people, will tell me how much you think they cost. The point will go to whoever is closest. It doesn't matter if you are over or under. Just whoever is the closest gets the point. So these I found on a website called Hammer Schmelmer, which seems to sell sort of different techie things. And they are, any guesses to what they might be?
It looks like a little wheel to make something ambulatory that ordinarily would not be. I'm not exactly sure what. It looks like it says ribbit wheel, which to me is like for a frog. It's like put a little frog on that little AstroTurf there, and the little ring just kind of rips around it. It's like a little unicycle, a motorized unicycle for a frog. Ribbit wheel.
I mean, very, very good guess. They're actually...
That's what I thought, but I thought, why are they sideways?
They are the Sidewing circular skates. So the website description says these annular skates are propelled by leaning from side to side, allowing you to glide along as if you are riding a skateboard. Why one would not just ride a skateboard instead of go through this difficult process, I don't know. They are recommended for ages 8 and up.
Jesus,
they are
8 only.
Yeah, it seems 8-year-olds aren't responsible enough. They are 10 inches in diameter and 4 inches in width.
Okay.
So, Abby?
Did you get it from a specific website, or do you just...
Yes, the website was called Hammer Schmelmer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh. So I'm gonna guess that these are, so they electrically move.
No, you move them by like leaning.
Right,
Oh,
but they are powered, is what
like,
you're asking, right?
balance. It's not. Like,
Yeah, no, it's just they're powered by your gumption and your courage.
oh, okay. Um, okay, I'm gonna guess 150.
Okay, 150 from Ms. Stonehouse. Chris, what is your guess?
I don't mind telling you guys I'm very bad at this. I've become a yuppie in the last 3 years. So, I'm happy to spend $150 on a pair of shoes, but then I was going to say so much more for these. But then I'm thinking, wait a minute, I can see like regulatory shit on the bottom. They're not very pretty. This is very tough. So I'm going to say, okay, a Nintendo Switch right now costs how much? $300. This can't be more than a Nintendo Switch. Can't. So I'm going to say $250. I'm going to say $220.
220?
And that's Canadian, that's CND.
Yes, this
Okay,
is
very good. CAD.
Canadian CAD.
Okay, very good.
All right. Bradley, what is your guess?
Okay. I'm gonna guess. What were the other two guesses? We just had
Abby guessed 150 and Chris guessed 220.
See, I should know this because Maritimers, this is our chief mode of transport.
It's true.
Yeah, shooting sideways through the streets. I'm gonna say
Potato Hills of New Brunswick.
I'm gonna say $100. Just $100.
$100. All right, Brad. Congratulations, bud. You
Woo.
get the point.
Thank
They
you.
are $99.95.
Oh my Lord. Okay. Wow. Retail. I mean, yeah, they do look cheap.
they look so problematic. Like,
Yeah.
they're not attached. Like, the legs just willy-nilly. I don't know.
The reviews for them were very like everyone who bought and reviewed them bought them for their grandchildren.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
all of the reviews were, my grandkid loved these, or like, none of my grandkids could use them, not even the 17-year-old. So it's like, their grandkids loved them or absolutely hated them.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for the grandparents. They're the victim in all of this. They just want to see the future is now, and they're not young enough to try them. And they just want to see people get a kick out of scooting sideways with a couple of hoops.
I don't know. I'm a pessimist, so like I just think these grandparents hate their grandkids. They just want them to be hurt or
want them to die.
Yeah, it's a good test, I think, of your grandkids to see if if they have like a learning disability. Maybe they'll just try to go straight, and you'll be like, no, come on.
Are they worth being in the will? Like,
yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on to this beautiful creature from Etsy.
My money.
It is named only Divine. You can see, I just need to look at it again. These were all of the pictures, just terrible.
Okay, there's not a wide one showing the brilliant, magnificent haunches.
No.
Of the unicorn.
Is there one showing where it's not looking directly at us?
No, it's not looking at us, Brad. It's just looking at you.
Oh,
It's coming for you, Brad.
and I can't look away.
Go ahead and cycle again through them. It's very funny that they didn't really give us.
No.
Yeah. So, you can really see the eyes in that one. Just want to point that out. Didn't notice that before. Just
Do we know
really.
the construction?
I do not. So this is what I know about Divine, who she just whispered in my ear and told me she's gonna steal Brad's soul.
Oh, it's not scary at all. That's fun to hear.
So Divine loves. This is the description. It doesn't say what she's made from or its dimensions. It looks big.
Yeah.
But this is all it says about Divine on Etsy. Divine loves all things waters. They are unique and richly inspired by the 70s. They like making experimental films that push the limits of convention.
I'm sorry, this
Handcrafted.
I am so confused.
this unicorn makes experimental films?
According to its Etsy description, it does.
If it's an artist. If it's an
Indeed.
artist, it's
I
expensive.
mean, yeah, clearly it's an artist. Clearly, Chris, what is your guess for?
I'm so dog shit at this. It's
Look
like
into her eyes; she'll tell you.
like on the one hand, like the little clusters of jewels, if you want to call them that, look really fun and reflective and effervescent and whatnot. But then it's like it might also just be a piñata. So I don't know. It's so like this is divine. It's on Etsy. That'll put it in the higher range. What that is, I have no idea. But then also, this is an insane person's creation. This person's not well. They've created a bust of a horse at first, and then they thought, you know what? Let me make a crazy cluster of shiny things for the horn. Which
I did just notice like little teeth as well. The more
Oh yeah, I couldn't tell if
the
the
less.
range. I know I can see.
Maybe yeah.
You're right though. There's like.
I think they should have reined it in when making this one.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back with that joke. Okay, so but I will at this point. I am ready to make make a play here. I feel like we're the Dragon's Den or the Shark's Tank, and I'm willing to purchase this thing outright for no more and no less than $300.
$300. Very good. Brad.
I didn't see the teeth at first, so that changed things for me. I'm gonna say 200.
200. All right. Abby, what is your guess?
I'm gonna go right in the middle, 250.
250. You guys might be shocked to know, Chris, you get the point.
Oh shit!
But you were
That means it's like $1,000.
You were all way under.
Yeah. Okay.
Ms. Divine costs $640.
Wow.
And 75 cents.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord in heaven. It's, you know what? It's a racket.
Mm-hmm.
It's a steal at 1% of that price. Wait.
Very true. Hi everyone, meet Taylor.
Oh God.
Haunted Taylor, the evil mistress. She is from Nancy's Haunted Dolls on Etsy.
Look at that detail though.
And she is behind you right now.
Can you imagine? I can see my screen. I can see my little thumbnail of me. I'm good. Just my tea. There's my kettle behind me.
So I will tell you a little bit about Taylor. This is Taylor, the evil mistress who only dated married men to cause pain and suffering. This evil vessel was used for breakup spells. If you're in need of an evil, revengeful spirit, then, that's my least favorite grammatical error. Anyway, then this is the one for you. 15 inches.
That was my first question. How big is it?
That's so much taller than I want her to be. Like
15. Yeah, that's a little taller than a foot, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking
like
at
a foot
it.
and a quarter.
Can we get a wide shot of Taylor again, please? Thanks.
Taylor looks like someone that's seen shit. Like the eyes is like.
If I recall her Etsy profile correctly, she died in the 1950s from carbon monoxide poisoning.
Okay.
Okay.
I always like to hear how my dolls died.
Or is this doll haunted, or is Taylor, is this a representative of a story, of a haunt?
Taylor, so Taylor is the spirit that lives within this doll.
Oh,
and the spirit died and was also vengeful and only dated married men.
Okay.
And
That's
now
really...
she can help you break people up if you want to be like that.
But why that hair? Like, that doesn't look like vengeful.
Every time.
Yeah, it's not very, just given it, it's not very like mistressy.
I know what you mean, vampy. Yeah, I'm not leaving my wife for hair like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I don't even know if a decision has been made on this hair. Like, what is it the middle part?
Yeah, it's like a middle part with like baby bangs, which baby bangs can work on some people.
Yeah.
How old was Taylor when she died?
I'm not sure. I do not recall, but I think she was still young and just, you know, just wreaking havoc on everyone's marriages.
This is a homemade doll. This is a
I
homemade.
know she's a vintage doll with a spirit.
Vintage.
So
what's the construction?
You're buying the ghost. You're buying the ghost.
What's the construction of the doll?
I believe she is porcelain.
Porcelain. It doesn't shine like porcelain.
I'm not sure though. It might be.
I'm thinking Bo Peep from Toy Story. You know, with Woody's just there. And
you're also paying for that sweet backstory, Chris.
Yeah, exactly. Like what you're buying is the ghost. Like Taylor's the ghost, the doll is the vessel.
See,
so the ghost
exactly.
People and put breakups on them and.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Brad, what is your guess?
I'm gonna say $225.
Okay. $225. Very good. Abby, what is your guess?
I'm gonna lowball it a little. I think it's 75.
75. All right.
Abby, you took my guess away. I was also gonna lowball it. I feel like there are there's like things pulling it back and pushing it up. The story for sure, but then I'm not so sure about that. It doesn't seem so vintage to me. I want to say I'm gonna say $90 for this doll.
$90. Well done, Chris.
Oh shit.
Taylor is $119.05.
Whoa.
Oh.
Good job with that one.
Well, if Abby didn't, guess my 75 that I was going for, who knows what happened.
Yeah.
I'll send you some money in the mail there, Abs.
Hey.
Okay, you guys, you're doing really, really well. We've got one round left. But before we start the lightning round, it's still kind of anyone's game. We've got Abby trying her hardest.
Of course. Every time.
With 4 points. We've got Brad doing his best with 5 points. And with a bit of an advantage, but again, the lightning round, anyone's game. We have Chris in the lead with 7 points. It is time for the lightning round. In this round, I will give you rapid fire questions, which you will just shout out the answer. And the first person that I hear answer correctly gets the point. Whew.
So nervous. Shake it off.
Nervous every time.
We're in.
Are you ready?
Born ready, baby.
What band was Justin Timberlake in?
NSYNC.
NSYNC. Oh.
What animal is on the Canadian $1 coin?
Loony. Loon.
Loon. Yeah.
Blue and red make what color?
Purple.
Good job, Brad.
Damn.
A fedora is a type of what?
Hat.
I think that was Chris. Finish the sentence. Mary had a little
lamb.
I think that was Chris. What is the last letter of the alphabet?
Z.
Chris. 10 times 3.
30.
I think that was Abby. The capital of the UK, the United Kingdom.
London.
Chris. Other than Antarctica, this continent has the smallest population.
Australia?
Yes, Brent.
Oh shit.
Oceania.
What show is hosted by Alex Trebek?
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy.
What year is it?
2020.
2020.
Chris.
Uh,
Arachnophobia is fear of what?
Spiders.
Spider?
Chris. Vampires
2020.
can't eat.
I didn't hear-
Vampires can't eat.
Food.
Garlic.
Food of any
Garlic.
kind. Okay, yeah, okay.
At the end of that round, we have a tie
Oh.
for second place.
Oh. First runner-up.
I've never actually gotten second place. It's always last. Always last. I don't care if it's a tie.
Congratulations, Abby and Brad. You got 7 points. And in honestly the biggest ass kicking in this show's history,
Whoa.
Chris
Whoa.
got 17 points.
What?
Oh,
It's only because I really know the name of the year. This is a fun one to say. 2020. That's my vision with glasses on, so it's easy for me to remember.
I always forget that the lightning round is easy, and I'm like racking my brain more than I should. It's fine.
It's the excuse every time. It's the excuse every
I
time.
know, right?
Hey, you're first runner-up tonight, so be proud.
Exactly.
Chin up.
I am proud.
All right. Thank you, everyone at home, so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe and share so that a bunch of people will see this wonderful show. Thank you to our contestants tonight. Bye.
Bye.